Rate your visual memory. People use the example of the apple. How's your apple?
Oh, I think I remember better things that I've seen, or maybe I'm a visual learner more than like somebody who remembers words.
Like if you were to picture a space that you remember being in, how high quality is that visually?
Oh, pretty good. It's a pretty good vision. That's a good question because I don't know if I'd really thought about that. I think that's why I've early on gravitated towards visual art and drawing and wanting to make things visually is maybe because I really responded pretty strongly to like where I was spatially, very impacted by anything that I would see, even watching movies, they were like very powerful,
If you were to hold an object, can you stabilize it, or does it resist that?
I think I can. Have you ever had experience of falling asleep, or you're trying to fall asleep, and you have this sense of the room expanding or like drifting away from you? I don't know if that's a common thing, but like
Keep going.
this doesn't happen all the time, but it happens just randomly once or twice a year. Going to sleep, it's like I have this sensation, this weird spatial sensation of the room somehow moving away. It's like I'm shrinking.
In relation to the limit of the space around you?
Yeah.
In relation to objects in the space?
Yeah. It sort of seems like everything is getting further away.
Changing in size or just distance? Somehow not changing in size?
I think just distance.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's usually in the dark. So it's not like I'm looking at anything in particular. It may be even that my eyes are closed, but I'm just like imagining or seeing the room do that.
Now, compared to the fidelity of a visual imagination object, is it seeing or is it apprehension of volume or distance?
It seems more like that, like apprehension of something like that, because it's kind of blurry. And it seemed different to me than what some people have with sleep paralysis. It seems sort of different because it's very temporary, but it's unsettling, which is the thing that's why I remember it, is that like it's unsettling and it seems like it won't stop. The room is zooming away and I'm shrinking and it's very disorienting. And that might last a few minutes or so. I wish it would just stop. Eventually I just fall asleep.
Oh, so it doesn't like dissolve into space. It doesn't expand and beyond your awareness.
No.
That's weird. Yeah, I've never heard anything specifically like that.
Do y'all have good visual memories? Do y'all have like a solid visual sense? To what level of detail can you construct and hold a mental image of an object or a room?
Get full realism, I think. But I'm not,
pretty well, I think.
On a typical day, put yourself in void space, meditative mental space. Without context, is that empty space easy to hold? As easy or more or less than the constructed visual?
For me, in a meditative capacity, visuals are intrusive to that. So it is sort of something that I have to work to control and to prevent happening. My understanding of meditation is to have sort of a non-existence, hyper-existence, right? Like where there's nothing happening, but you're paying attention to everything that's happening. The mental landscape in that situation should be blank, more or less. Maybe both blank and, a higher person looking down on the substance, but up here it's blank, right? It's really hard for me, and it's like shooing away all of the visuals.
People get intrusive voiced thoughts. Do you get visuals more than that?
They go together. I think it's a package of emotion and visuals, and it's an understanding and not like a spoken voice.
I think, pretty similar to what Mika said. I don't tend to think in words. My thoughts are very visual and concept oriented. I guess a little more abstract. I don't have a regular meditative practice, but yeah, I feel like I can picture nothingness in my mind. I don't know. If I tried to do it for very long, I'm sure other thoughts would creep in.
Take a vast space and imagine a border in it. Imagine a room in a football field. Then that hypothetical room takes up a hypothetical amount of space, right? Can you hold that kind of relationship with a nondescript mental space?
I think I know what you're... Yeah.
Could you fill that volume not with like a gas? Could you make that volume of color?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, picture a chair, and you're both going to have individual interior responses of conjuring chair. If I were to tell you to make that chair cold, how do you relate to that coldness? How does it present to you?
The material the chair is made of changed from wood to metal.
Oh, see, I was just thinking about the feeling of sitting on a cold chair. I wasn't really, there wasn't a visual change.
Was that sensational kind of, I know what it is like to be feeling that, or was it like a body-centric kind of, I could imagine feeling that with my legs?
The latter, yeah.
Metal's an interesting, both are complicating answers, but those are interesting answers.
It wasn't just that. It was that when you told me the chair was cold, I felt it. I felt what it feels like to sit on a cold chair and realize that the chair was metal.
With your body, or you remembered the sensation as like neural?
Remember what it feels like to sit on a cold chair with bare thighs and go, you know? The most intense version of that I've experienced.
Where did you put that chair?
It's just in the void. Just floating around.
Is that where it came up for you?
Mine was in the middle of the room. At the time, the room was filled with orange.
Huh. What was your color?
Green.
Do you like driving? Do you like the act of driving regardless of traffic and people in ideal conditions?
I have a neutral relationship with driving.
I love driving except in heavy traffic.
The operation of a motor vehicle and the way it functions, is it like appealing to you sensually?
I really enjoy it. With my current job, and especially jobs I've had previously, there's a lot of driving involved. So like, I feel like I've done it enough now that the car truly feels just like an extension of myself. Like, I don't have to think about where the edge of the car is, you know, in relation to cars parked on the side of the road or anything. I can like feel where it is, basically.
Yeah, our brains do actually. I couldn't quote for you the study, but there is, I'm aware of a study of neurology where the human brain incorporates tools into its sense of itself. Like, if you're holding a tool and using a tool, your brain creates an impression that it is an extension of your body, so that you can actually feel where the edge of your car is, because your brain has, that's a tool that you're using, so your brain has incorporated it into your sense of self. So you now can feel where the edges of your car are, even if you can't, like, if someone touched your car, you wouldn't feel it, but you know the dimensions of your car in your brain. And I was using this as a description because I was trying to learn how to play with a pick, and I hate playing with picks. I'm trying to learn the bass. And so I was trying to play with pick, and I had that realization where I was like, oh, I've gotten to the point where my body has accepted this as part of itself. And now this is much easier.
Yeah, same with sticks, I suppose. Eventually it is just the way you hold them.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make that chair negative color? Can you invert it?
Sure.
I'm not sure if I understand what that means.
Like a film negative?
Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
Just good data. I've gotten a pretty evenly varied spread from people with strong visual capacities, whether or not they struggle with non-fixed or modal distances and stuff like that. So it's a small sample size. It's not exactly a scientific study, but it gives me good impressions from artistic people, self-selecting source. That's the project. That's the podcast.